would you agree that, it's time that we all wake up and take responsibility, even for our ancestors that did not know any better?
Been waiting patiently to have this kind of conversation. Well, it's Monday and this is a launch day. It's my second season that I'm starting, and I got a whole new intro too. I'm so excited to share with you guys. It's been a very interesting journey starting this podcast and talk show. And this has been my lifelong, actually, dream, passion. And I, realized that I had to learn things. I had to change the way I thought, the way I felt, and the things that I did. And going through that, I met interesting people. And I wanted to always like see a different perspective on how people, look at things and, their beliefs, their programmings, and even the emotional energetic traumas that I always talk about. So I started interviewing, and this is something that I'm very passionate about and I love doing. And I am creating a career out of this. This is what I want to do. This is what I love doing. And I'm just excited with all the guests that have joined me on Wake Up with KC, and I'm excited to share with you. I have more mental experts, self-care, personal trainers, other experts that believe and have a passion for well-being and changing the mindset and whatnot. So I look forward to having them on my show. They're coming up, so you have to stay tuned. And I also have someone that, I talk about ancient civilizations, and, we're not alone. I have an expert on that. And I'm going to be tapping in, and I'm still looking for guests to come on my show. That way in regards to, what I want to share, what I want to educate, what I want to inform you on, the misconceptions on who we are, the misconceptions about love, even sex and money. It does, with the limited beliefs, the mental programming, even the emotional energetic traumas, affects love, sex, and money. And I'm getting these guests to come on my show soon. So just hang in there with me. I created a whole new look. I'm doing some things differently. And to be honest, this is my career. And I'm working on ways to generate an income so I could continue doing what it is that I'm doing. And it's a lot of work and time management, of course. And it's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to generate income from this yet. But I don't want to be like everybody else, honestly. I can't think of a course, create a course, an online course, workshop subscriptions, and all this stuff. Right now, I don't think that's how I'm going to generate the income to keep me supporting, the software program, the, ink from all the research that I do, the books that I read, and paying for the hosting service that I have, and the content creations and whatnot. I'm even learning how to do that, honestly, but it is a work in progress, and like, I'm a work in progress, and so are you. So I am excited about this whole new season with these guests that I have on my show. I have one that next Monday, who has been in the, studied psychology and has been in, the counseling and therapeutic side of things for over 40 years. And he even wrote a book And I look forward to him sharing, you know, his passion, how it began in the industry, in the profession of, psychology and counseling and, mental therapy and, working with addicts, abused, and, so many more that I so can relate to, and his true authenticity and what he loves and what he does. You'll see it for yourself next Monday. So stay tuned. His name is Foss Ruggiero, and he even has a book. And I can't wait to share that with you Monday. I also have Roderick Martin coming on. He is an extraterrestrial investigator. He studies ufology, and he has met some interesting um, individuals that also have studied this, that have, there's so much more than we realize about, we're not alone. There's other, highly evolved beings, I would call them. And he shares you know, his experience and his passion, to get the information out there, to share with us and all the evidence. And then I have a Gothy Fuller, who is like a multi-dimensional being and a soul whisperer. And she shares some of her insight and her story and message as well. And I have Fiona Mitchell coming on. Now, this is a unique, interesting interview that I had with her, because she does music and therapy along with a relationship coach. So I find that fascinating, with those three aspects and intertwining them together to help others. So I look forward to sharing that interview with you as well. And then I have Grace Wesson, who is an energy wellness coach, personal trainer. She uses energy to help individuals. So I find that fascinating on how she implements those skills and understanding about how energy works with the body and what she does to help people transform their lives. So I find that's going to be an interesting and exciting interview that's coming up. And then I have Rita, who's a self-care, self-love, personal development expert as well, and what she brings into her passion in helping others. And each of these interviews, I seek out people that really are passionate about what they do, and they're authentic, they're real, and all they want to do is help like yourself, and share, their message, their story, and what created the passion, what sparked their passion to do what it is that they do now, just like what I'm doing. Being a coach, I just felt like I don't want to do it. Some of these courses are very good. I've taken them myself. It had to resonate with me in order to help me change my mindset, the way I think, the way I feel, and realize, some of the limited beliefs, the mental programming, even the emotional energetic traumas, epigenetics. This is all science. But then I add history to this, because you have to understand aspects of our history, what our ancestors didn't know any better. But at those times and what was going on, it's like I want to take you back in time to see it. Imagine what it was like. Then you can understand why some of those things were happening. But we can change that for the better. And we have to all unite together collectively. And we're also on an individual journey of self-realization, self-discovery. Spirituality is not inherited, it's discovered. That's key. Discover the spiritual being that you are. Discover your own authenticity of not only who you are, but why you're here, what your purpose is, instead of listening to what other people's beliefs are on what you should do, how you should be, how you should act, what you should wear. You're just living a false identity of who you are, honestly. Let's get real. But I'm here to help guide and help you wake up from the programming. You want to call it matrix, call it whatever you want. But what if that is part of the root of the issue of why you struggle in many aspects of your life? And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing it. And I can't believe I'm starting my second season. And I'm excited because there's more amazing people that I feel that need to be heard, that are in this. They're experts too. And I want to have them on my show and help them as well be known, to be able to help more people. And that's one of the reasons why I started this. And it's, not only to help you, but to help them as well. And my philosophy and what I believe, honestly, is, to be a leader, you have to be a team player. And, I'm a success if you're a success. If these guests that I have are a success too. And it has to be a win-win. When it's a win-win for all, it's amazing what happens. The abundance, the contentment, I guess you could say the feel-good feeling spreads. And it can continue spreading. And that's another reason to have this platform, is to be able to spread that to where everyone is a winner. And I am just stoked about this new season, different content, different aspects of helping us wake up, be enlightened, be educated, evolve, learn, transform, and be the best versions of ourselves so we can all live our best life now. And yes, there are systems that are broken. There are systems out there that just no longer serve our purpose. There's even systems in you. And, when you can realize, like, hey, this is not working anymore. What can I do to make it better? And adding to the changes of what I'm doing, I'm also seeking what your questions are, what your issues, what are you currently dealing with that you would like some insight from somebody looking at it in a different perspective to help you. I would love to find out, what that is, if you're dealing with something, struggling with something, even if you're not aware of whatever mental beliefs or mental program, even emotional energetic traumas. I'd like to be the one to help you, or the guests that I have on my show, maybe they can help you. I look at this podcast as like free coaching, honestly. And I like to get feedback. And if you enjoy and you're getting something, if this is resonating with you, like and subscribe. I have the YouTube channel. I have my Facebook page. I have an email address that you can contact me. The one thing that has come to mind in what I'm going to be working on is putting a workshop together. And I want to get a few more people to collaborate with and between what's going on, how to help transform, heal, and transform on an energetic aspect of things, especially when it comes to the emotional energetic traumas, the epigenetics and whatnot. I would love to put a workshop together to help in that process of beginning to help you and others. And so that's in another thing that I'm trying to work on, and putting that together. It does take time, and working with others, expert schedule to where we could do this online. And it has to be right music. It's just divine timing and everything lining up, how the universe, I guess, brings it into placement, if that's the word I want to say. And it's going to be interesting. And, I had this idea that came to me, and I was like, okay, a workshop, I'm for that. As long as I don't have to put a course together, honestly, because I don't know how to put a course together on based what it is that, that I know and understand. I just don't know how to put it in a course. But creating a workshop, I can sort of, work that into, because it's a lot of hands-on. It's not, a presentation and, a workbook and whatnot. It's, to me, hands-on visual, and that's how I've learned. That's what I just grasp to, is hands-on visual. And instead of, I like reading books to get understanding through my research and whatnot. But when it comes to trying to help others, it's more talking, hearing, feeling, and it's just hands-on kind of aspect. And since everything is pretty much virtual now, almost, it still works in the visual, and you can still feel the energy doing a workshop like that. So it doesn't have to be personal, but hey, they're starting to open up things more. So maybe we can put together a, small group, still practice safety guidelines, and, creating a little, hands-on in-person workshop later on down the road. I don't know, but that is an idea. I feel like with everything that's been going on and with things opening up, we still have to be responsible. We still, safety guidelines. And it is going to be interesting for starting the second season of what takes place. Honestly, I don't know. It's the unknown, but I'm excited, and I'm staying excited. And it's, you never know unless you try. And I continue doing this, and I make sure, like, every Monday I'm consistent. And granted, it's a little different starting my second season, and I'm live. And it's pre-recorded, and I'm going to post it and whatnot. But I look forward to what's coming and how I can help and be of service, and figuring out how to make this like my full-time job. This is my career. This is what I want to do. And I think deep down, I've always wanted to do this. I just didn't know when, how, and now I'm actually doing it. And I'm excited. And I want to help. And this, I know, is a way that I can help others, transform their lives and start living their best life now. That's what matters the most to me, is helping you. And I want everybody, that's my heart. I know it's my heart and soul's desires to help everybody, but I know I'm not going to be able to help everybody. But I'm here to help those that are ready on a soul and spiritual level. They're ready. They were just waiting for me to show up. And now I'm here. I showed up and I'm ready. And I hope you are too, because it's going to be wild. It's going to be mind blowing. It's going to be refreshing, invigorating, and a sense of liberation and freedom, because you're going to realize who you truly are and be who it is that you want to be. And that is the best feeling in the world to me, is just being you, the best version of you, and falling in love with you. That is the mind-boggling part. And when you can connect with that, it does make a difference in how you see the world and how you see others. And then compassion comes in, and you start to realize a lot. And a lot of things don't affect you the way they used to do. And you don't react to some of the things that come along, and you're just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. It doesn't affect you. That is the, like, to me, going through that, it's like, wow, that's when you recognize you change, like you are transforming. And when things happen that used to bother you and they don't bother you anymore, that's when you know you're that old self, that old beliefs, those old programmings, and those energetic emotional traumas no longer trigger you. You are transforming, and you are becoming that person that you're so meant to be, which is the best version of you. And it's, with everything that I so far got lined up, I have, I'm looking for other guests with the history aspect of going back into ancient civilizations. I'm looking at guests and doing research on, the relationship experts dealing with the misconception of love, and then some sex experts. Yes, I'm going to be talking about sex. I'm taking sex education to a whole nother level. Wait until I get these guests on, because it's going to be very enlightful, and you're going to think and feel and have sex differently for the better. That's my intentions. That's what I'm going to put out there, because then when you realize the true meaning of sex and what it is, it's euphoric, orgasmic ecstasy. And like I've said in the past, is we're spiritual beings, sexual beings inside a human being. Hello. And they're all connected. We've been taught that we're separate from being spiritual. Sex is bad and all this other stuff, and you're just a powerless human being. I call bullshit on that. Or more than that. You can't even fathom how powerful you are until you start the process of waking up. And it's going to be exciting to have those guys. And then, yes, money. I'm going to talk about the misconception about money on all. Probably you've gotten bits and pieces about it, but I want to go even further with it, to where we look, we think, we feel, and we handle money differently, to where we become smarter with it and we understand it better. Then that shift and the transformation about the money relationship, it'll kick in, and then you'll start seeing the changes and whatnot. It's mind-boggling, and it's like you become a curious little kid again about how it works, and seeing it and feeling it, and then just doing things differently, and what a difference it makes also in your life. So I look forward to getting these guests on my show and sharing, knowledge, wisdom, even stories, experiences, and in order to help you take you to that next level that you need, the healing. It's like, how can you want something when you're holding on to old programmings and beliefs, and even that energetic emotional traumas, and you're still struggling, but yet you want this kind of life, you the dream house, the new car, when your belief system up in here in your subconscious is replaying over and over. Dr. Joe Dispenza, explains it the best. It's when you keep repeating what you think, what you feel, and what you do, it creates a mood. Then from the mood, it creates a personal personality. Then your personal personality creates your personal reality. Makes sense, doesn't it? So I look forward to having more of these guests to explain it in such a way that you get it. And it's time. So for us to wake up and transform, educate, be enlightened, realize things that, wow, you'll start thinking, I can't even believe I thought that. Like, I believed in that. So I've been doing a lot of that. And it's just, it's interesting. And I look forward to this journey with you in helping you, realize, wake up, and start healing and transforming. And reach out if you have questions. I would like for you to, certain things that you're struggling, reach out and ask the question, because I might have a guest on this show, and I'm trying to figure out other platforms that I can use to distribute my show. And it does cost money. I'm looking into other aspects, working with Joe Aguera from Clovercrest Media Group, who helps me host my show, from my podcast to my virtual talk show. And we're trying to, strategize and have mastermind groups of how can we, take it to the next level. And that does take time, and it is, money, and it's just, everything will line up in divine timing, and it will just happen the way it should. I don't know when, and I really don't know how. I just know it's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. And I look forward to when it happens. And that's all I can do. Be in the now. Know that I see my future self taking my show, even expanding it on a whole nother level. And it's already happened. I'm just waiting for it to manifest in the physical realm. That's so much more that I could share with you. Dr. Dwayne Dreyer even talks about it. And I will have some guests that have that kind of lingo and mindset like he did. And look forward to this exciting new season here with Wake Up with KC. I look forward to many more Mondays with amazing interviews that it will definitely, my intentions is it helps you open up your mind and heart to think differently for the better for yourself. So enjoy your week, and I will see you next Monday.
This is Wake Up with KC. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I hope this episode helped you. Join me every Monday and you can reach out and say hey at wakeupwithkc@gmail.com. Have an amazing week and talk to you next Monday for more amazing topics to share with you that you don't want to miss.